watch the cars come out, you'll see.
Well, James
right
King,
at the
thanks
top
so
of
much
the
for
arena.
taking the time to come and have a chat with us. Gorgeous car, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You've already been out playing,
yes.
but I want to know how you actually got here. Got to be at Goodwood Festival of Speed with all the off-road crews and everything. It must be an absolute honour.
It is. We're very honoured to be here and very pleased to be here. We've been involved with off-roading for some years. In fact, I started in the trialling arena many years ago. Enjoyed that for some good years. And then, like many people in off-roading, they progressed to comp safari. And I competed at clubman level across the UK for maybe 5 or 6 years. And then got faster cars and got addicted to the sport. And actually then had to go at some hill rallies, and, as we met on hill rallies. So I progressed to an independent car, competed in several hill rallies, really enjoyed the progression from the clubman events to the hill rallies. And then actually had the pleasure of going across to France, of all places. Sounds like a familiar story. Really
just going to say, the cars out there have really caught your eye,
didn't they? Such a different level. So having had the experience of the French events, I really had the aspiration to have a go.
Their cars are, you know, in some ways, because of the terrain they're driving on, they are lighter, faster. They've got some new, maybe more upgraded technology as well. Yeah.
Well, I think from what I can see, the clubman events in the UK, they're using heavier cars, maybe a little bit stronger and quite durable. Let's say.
Slightly different.
But different events completely. In France, it's a lighter. It still is enduring, but it's a lighter car using for higher speeds, and there are some faster sections, and so the cars are very different in France. Having seen that, I really wanted to have a go, and so I looked for a car for some time that would do both the UK scene and the French scene, and fortunately I happened to find the Fouquet here. We've only had it for maybe 1 year, I guess, and we spent some time with my son to rebuild and repair. And
Tom himself's getting very interested now, isn't he?
Yes. Well, Tom's been involved with the sport for a good few years. We both have the common interest, so we work well on the car together. Clearly, people were aware that we had brought the Fouquet car into the UK. And I think through word of mouth, we were lucky enough to say, hey, can you bring the car along to Goodwood?
And great engine.
So
great
really
engine.
Pleased. Yes.
It's got a lovely
it sounds fabulous. It's a very small car. It's only a Honda 2 litre. So we come from big V8s cars in the past. I think I've driven this very few times, and I'm just learning so quickly. And I'm finding it so difficult to, with the older cars in the UK, if you have you can pull away in many gears. It's much more forgiving. With this, you have to really rev the engine and have to keep changing the gears. So I need to exercise my arms, I think, to keep pulling the gear stick.
Exactly.
But it's a learning curve. You know, we're just here for some fun and some seat time and get familiar with the car. Our aspiration is to do a little bit of the UK events in the coming year, and also we hope to take the car back to France and maybe meet up with its previous owners on the same event. That would be great.
Which event would you be doing?
Well, we're hoping to do Dunes later this year.
Very good. Would you have a go at Dessooms?
Yes.
The notorious Dessooms.
It's a long way. It's a further south travel to make that event. But let's see. Never say never. Certainly, Dunes is one of our preferred entries. We may then do some of the other events closer to home in the northern part of France later in the year, and then next year, who knows? Let's see how we go. But I'm sure that the bug will be there.
Yeah, I think when you start really get to grips with it, and you've got a great playpen out there over the weekend, haven't you? You can really do stuff. Going to be doing the shootout?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
excellent.
No, I'm sure.
That'll be a great chance. Exactly what it does as well. And I think young Tom's going to be taking a turn in the seat as well.
He will. So we've managed to get the car set so there's enough room for the pair of us to alternate whether we drive or co-drive, and it would be good. My son Tom, he's driven before the previous car, and he's quite comfortable driving this car as well. So together we'll share a little bit, and it helps as well with the development because we can then bounce ideas with each other to make the improvements.
Very keen, and it's great seeing that next generation coming through too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very good. I've seen him watching and picking up, and all the time he's on it. It's really great to see.
Absolutely, yeah. And I suspect he'll be quicker than me as well.
Well, not yet. yeah. But James, thank you so much for your time, because I know it's lunchtime and you haven't got a lot of space before you go back out there again. But we'll see you out over the weekend enjoying yourself in the off-road arena.
Of course, enjoy.
Young engineers who don't mind getting their hands dirty as opposed to playing with digital devices. We've lost them all to technology, but there are still some who really want to get involved. But they are few and far between, but those that are involved are absolutely passionate. And that's what the sport needs. Off the field at the moment.
Alex Carpotterson, we've also got James Adams, but we've got some real young drivers, Tom amongst them. There's a cracking young crew coming through now, all young guns, take it to the wheel and take it to the mats as well, so right across the board. We could just persuade them to get involved in the organisation as well. And I say that, top 5 teams in the country already, so they're spreading right throughout there, which is a real joy to see, because it didn't